After the courts set aside the conservatory orders that was blocking Kithure Kindiki from being sworn in, William Ruto moved with speed, the very, very speed that we have witnessed ever since this case started. The way it was rushed at the National Assembly, the way the gazettement was done very fast after the Senate confirmed the impeachment of Rigathi. Today, the same thing happened. William Ruto immediately constituted a committee that will oversee the swearing in of Kithure Kindiki. Then tomorrow, Friday, was also declared a national holiday. It looks like it was an impromptu holiday. And many political interpreters say that they never wanted to give Rigathi any chance to go and appeal against that ruling. Because if tomorrow will be a holiday, then judges will not work tomorrow. And this ruling was made somehow late into the night so that the judges are not in office and tomorrow they will not be in office, thereby ensuring that if tomorrow is a holiday, then this holiday is going to be pushed to over the weekends, and the weekends they will not work. So on Monday, as they resume, the Kithure Kindiki shall have been sworn in. He will be now a deputy president with the instruments of power. So as the Rigathi Gachagua will move to court to appeal against this ruling, it will be a little too late for him. But that is not enough. I've come across this here where someone is claiming that Rigathi Gachagua even tried through the legal committee to do his appeal online, and that site is not working, it is down. What we have been given there is the Judiciary EFile is down and the site can't be reached. The efiling.co.go.ke took too long to respond. Try checking the connection. My only problem is that when such things happen in Kenya, people come up with a lot of rumors. I don't know how true is this, but the person who sent this told me that e-filing is not working and Rigathi tried to do it online, it could not work. So they tried, they have blocked Rigathi Gachagua. Physically, he cannot get to court because it will be a holiday, then followed by a weekend. Then on Monday, it might be too late. Usually when there is a holiday on a Friday, it goes up to even Saturday. So they will not work even on half a day. So they have blocked every avenue. The question that beholders want to ask is, if William Ruto believes that what he's doing is right, if it is in accordance with the Constitution, why do we see some kind of mischief in it? The answer is very simple, that impeachments are always political processes. What we are now witnessing is purely a political gimmick, because the law gives Rigathi Gachagua a right to fair hearing and fair trial. Fair should also mean that he gets ample time, enough time, and even early enough to appeal against any ruling. It is his right. But when you see the way things are rushed, they are blocking Rigathi Gachagua. That is what is happening. You know by now that Rigathi's security was removed. It took the intervention, according to some quarters, of the military, according to other quarters, that the US ambassador intervened. Whatever happened, they returned part of the security. This is purely political mischief. We also know that his staff were also sent on compulsory leave. And you wonder why they want to punish each and every person who is associated with Rigathi Gachagua. They want to intimidate him. They want him to give up. And that is why some of us who always believed that he had a watertight case are now beginning to catch cold, because we have seen the hidden hand of the president. When all these things started, the president was tight-lipped. He remained tight-lipped. He never said anything until recently, when he sent his lawyers, and the lawyer was saying that they do not trust, or they feel that a case that is involving a deputy and maybe the president should be heard at the apex court, the Supreme Court, and thereby owning that process. And that is when we knew that, of course, we knew all along that it was the president who had engineered this with the support of the opposition. But he never came out to own it. Now, at the court, he sent a lawyer, and I even understand that he saw an affidavit. At some point, the lawyers were saying that he should be called to be cross-examined. And that is why his lawyers decided to do what? To somehow drop from the case, because they knew at some point Rigathi lawyers would insist that when you swear an affidavit, you should be called. And they didn't want such embarrassment, so they decided to drop. But ladies and gentlemen, if we can play such politics, then we do not have a country. If it is true that the e-filing system is not working, then we do not have a country here. Because I am still asking, if the Attorney General, the Office of the President, the Senate, and the National Assembly all understand that what they are doing is in accordance with the law, and they know very well that the process went on as was envisaged by the drafters of the Constitution, then why are they moving with such speed like they are guilty? Why are they afraid? What do they fear? You saw the noise that took place during the National Assembly. Those who wanted to somehow protect Rigathi Gachagua were bashed. And that to me, that was chaos. It was just chaotic. At least at the Senate, I saw some sense the way the speaker was handling that process somehow was better than the National Assembly. But then they immediately gazetted that process. And I understand that the law gives them 74 days. You wonder how. Why could we just wait for maybe just a week or so? It's the same thing that happened today. And it's the same thing that happened. In fact, I remember someone was saying that within 6 hours, Rigathi was impeached. It was gazetted. Then William Ruto appointed Kithure Kindiki. And during the night, he had contacted the EACC, HELB, IEBC, which is unconstitutionally reconstituted and cannot perform any duty. No wonder we have 11 by-elections still pending. But he contacted all of them and they cleared Kithure Kindiki. He had contacted the Speaker of the National Assembly. The following morning, the National Assembly was supposed to be on recess or adjournment. They reconvened and they hurriedly, cleared Kithure Kindiki. The kind of rush is what makes some of us, wonder what is really happening. It also means, if I were to advise Rigathi Gachagua, that he has lost this, not because he doesn't have a case, but because it seems that the person pulling the strings is the executive arm of the government itself. He's controlling parliaments, both the National Assembly and the Senate. He is controlling the judiciary, and you've seen the way he's winning cases. And even this one, this is a clear indication. If Rigathi was doubting, then this is a clear indication that he does not stand a chance. And I can assure you that our democracy is on trial. Our democracy is just on paper. No wonder someone wrote a book sometimes back that not yet Uhuru. We don't have that full autonomy as a country. Because if we can allow one arm of the government to bully or to pull the strings and decide what happens in the other areas, including independent institutions, look at the DCI and the EACC and even the IEBC, they're under the control of one person. Just because this is the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces, he controls the police, he controls the military and everything. And so, Rigathi Gachagua, if this is true, could not file the appeal on this case online. He cannot access the courts tomorrow. Neither can he do it during the weekends. It will be on Monday. And on Monday, Kithure Kindiki shall be having the instruments of power. The next target is Rigathi Gachagua is going to be evacuated from his current home. Where will he run to? He's supposed to be running to the courts. So which one will he be battling with? Already, the case against the staff that are at home, compulsory leave, is being handled at the court level. He has this one on appeal. then he will be going to the courts because he's being removed from his house. They will keep on bombarding him with a lot of things that he will not know what to do. It will drain him financially, it will waste his time, and finally, it is really going to be very hard on him. Ladies and gentlemen, I still repeat that we needed to protect our constitution. We needed to protect public offices. We needed to have looked at that office beyond Rigathi Gachagua. I still insist. But then our democracy demands that you accept the ruling of the court. Even though we know there's a lot of mischief, but that is it. We have to accept it.